Imagine buying a high-end gaming laptop next year for 20,000 rupees cheaper. SSD prices crashing by 40% and 16GB RAM phones becoming cheaper than today's 8GB phones. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that future may already be starting in China because right now a Chinese company is selling 32GB DDR5 RAM sticks for just $150. Meanwhile, Samsung's version of the same memory sells globally for nearly $300 to $400. Same capacity, same speed, and almost half the price. And this isn't some cheap local knockoff anymore. Corsair, one of the biggest PC hardware brands in the world, was recently caught using Chinese-made memory chips inside its mainstream DDR5 RAM modules. Now, here's why this matters. The Chinese company behind these chips has expanded production from 100,000 wafers per month to 290,000 wafers per month in just 18 months. And in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you why AI accidentally created this opportunity, how China is using the exact same playbook that crushed the solar industry, and why Samsung, Micron, and SK Hynix are getting very nervous right now. But before we get into it, if you're new here, we break down the biggest stories in tech and business every week, the ones that actually shape your life, your wallet, and even the world. So hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next video. Now, let's get into it. So to understand the full story, you first need to understand one thing. AI changed the economics of semiconductor industry overnight. When ChatGPT exploded, companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Google, and Microsoft suddenly needed enormous computing power. And those AI systems don't just need GPUs, they need memories, massive amount of memories, especially a premium type called HMB, high bandwidth memory. This is the ultra-fast memory used inside NVIDIA's AI chips. And because demand became insane, Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron, the three companies controlling nearly 95% of the global memory market, shifted their factories towards AI memories. Why? Because the profits were ridiculous. SK Hynix reportedly touched operating margins close to 72% during the AI boom. Now, whenever companies chase premium customers, regular consumers get ignored. And that's exactly what happened. Consumer RAM supply dropped, SSD and DDR5 supply tightened, and the prices exploded globally. In fact, RAM prices in Delhi's Nehru Place reportedly doubled during the shortage. And when the world's biggest chip companies were busy printing AI profits, China quietly prepared an attack. Meet the two companies changing the memory industry altogether. Changxing Memory Technologies or CXMT and Yangtze Memory Technologies or YMTC. One makes DRAM and the other makes NAND flash storage. 5 years ago, nobody outside China took them seriously. But today, they're terrifying the semiconductor industry because while Samsung and Micron chased premium AI memory, China focused on volume. And the numbers are insane. CXMT increased manufacturing capacity from 100,000 wafers per month to 290,000 wafers per month in just 18 months. Reuters recently quoted that CXMT's revenue surged dramatically as global memory demand exploded. Now, YMTC is also aggressively expanding production and building new fabs in Wuhan. But now comes the dangerous part, the pricing. Samsung's DDR5 memory costs $300 to $400, while the Chinese DDR5 memory costs $150. And this is strategic dumping. Flood the market, crash prices, destroy margins, and bleed the competitors. And China has already used this strategy before in solar panels, EV batteries, and telecom equipment. Today, Chinese companies dominate all three industries, and now the semiconductor industry may be next. Now you might ask, if Chinese chips are cheaper, why doesn't everyone simply buy them? Because this isn't just business anymore, it's geopolitics. The US spent years trying to stop China's semiconductor rise with export controls, sanctions, and equipment bans. Because the goal was simple, prevent China from dominating advanced chips. But China adapted, and instead of immediately competing against NVIDIA's GPUs, China targeted memory chips. Because every device on earth needs them. Every smartphone, every laptop, every AI data center, and every cloud server. And unlike AI chips, memory becomes a scale game after a point. And nobody scales manufacturing just like China. After Corsair, reports also suggest that HP, Dell, Acer, and Asus are evaluating Chinese DRAM suppliers. And Beijing is heavily subsidizing Chinese device makers that use domestic memory, which means Chinese smartphones and laptops could gain a huge cost advantage globally. And this creates the West's biggest fear. If Chinese memory becomes good enough, price is the only thing that matters. And that is a game China is extremely good at winning. Now here's the twist. Consumers may actually benefit massively in the short term, and by 2027, we could see gaming laptops and smartphones becoming 15,000 to 25,000 cheaper. 1 TB SSD prices dropping from 8,000 to nearly 4,500. That sounds incredible, right? But there's a hidden danger. The memory industry is one of the most cyclical industries in the world. Whenever supply becomes too high, prices collapse brutally. And this has happened before, in 2008 and 2019. Entire semiconductor companies got destroyed, billions vanished overnight, and if China floods the market aggressively, history may repeat itself again. So before we end the video, these are the 3 massive lessons from this story. Lesson 1. Whenever profits explode, people think the boom will last forever. But industries like memory chips always swing between shortages and oversupply. And the companies that survive aren't the ones making the most money during the boom, they are the ones prepared for the crash. Lesson 2. China is not trying to maximize profits, it's trying to maximize market share. Exactly like Reliance Jio used free data to crush telecom competition in India. When a player with deep pockets enter your market, your moat starts collapsing. Lesson number 3. The boring industries run the world. Everyone talks about ChatGPT, Nvidia GPUs and Apple Vision Pros, but the modern technology actually runs on boring grey rectangles for DRAM and NAND. Without these memory chips, AI cannot simply exist, and whosoever controls memory eventually controls the digital economy. So right now, most people think the future of technology will be decided by AI, but quietly behind the scenes, a much bigger battle may already be underway. The battle for world's memory supply. And if this video made you think differently about how the world actually works, subscribe to the channel because we cover stories most people miss out. And also drop a comment below. Do you think Chinese memories will actually take over? I read every single one, so I'll see you in the next one.